Hello everyone, Miss Kine here to continue your writing lesson for today. Yesterday you got a chance to hear the first part of The Pain and the Great One, and you thought about people who you could write about. Today we're going to read the whole book, and I want you to think about if you might want to write a story like The Pain and the Great One. Okay? So let's get it started. The Pain and the Great One by Judy Blume, illustrated by Irene Trevis. The Pain and the Great One by Judy Blume. The Pain. My brother's a pain. He won't get out of bed in the morning. Mom has to carry him into the kitchen. He opens his eyes when he smells his cornflakes. He should get dressed himself. He's 6. He's in first grade, but he's so pokey. Daddy has to help him or he'd never be ready in time, and he'd miss the bus. He cries if I leave without him. Then Mom gets mad and yells at me, which is another reason why my brother's a pain. He's got to be first to show Mom his schoolwork. She says, ooh and ah, all over his pictures, which aren't great at all, but just ordinary first grade stuff. At dinner, he picks at his food. He's not supposed to get dessert if he doesn't eat his meat, but he always gets it anyway. When he takes a bath, my brother the pain powders the whole bathroom and never gets his face clean. Daddy says he's learning to take care of himself. I say he's a slob. My brother the pain is 2 years younger than me. So how come he gets to stay up as late as I do? Which isn't really late enough for somebody in 3rd grade anyway. I asked Mom and Dad about that, and they said, you're right. You are older. You should stay up later. So they tucked in the pain into bed. I couldn't wait for the fun to begin. I waited and waited and waited, but Daddy and Mom just sat there reading books. Finally, I shouted, I'm going to bed. We thought you wanted to stay up later, they said. I did, but without the pain, there's nothing to do. Remember that tomorrow, Mom said. And she smiled. But then, the next day, my brother was a pain again. When I got a phone call, he danced all around me singing stupid songs at the top of his lungs. Why does he have to act that way? And why does he always want to be garbage man when I build a city out of blocks? Who needs him knocking down buildings with his dumb old trucks? And I would really like to know why the cat sleeps on the pain's bed instead of mine, especially since I'm the one who feeds her. That is the meanest thing of all. I don't understand how Mom can say the pain is lovable. She's always kissing him and hugging him and doing disgusting things like that. And Daddy says the pain is just what they always wanted. Yuck. I think they love him better than me. Okay, so that's where we read up to yesterday. Now we get to start the next part, The Great One. What do you think the second part of this book is going to be about? If the first part was called The Pain, what do you think the second part of the story is going to be about? The Great One. Let's read. My sister thinks she's so great just because she's older, which makes Daddy and Mom think she's really smart, but I know the truth. My sister's a jerk. She thinks she's great just because she can play the piano, and you can tell the songs are real ones, but I like my songs better, even if nobody ever heard them before. My sister thinks she's so great just because she can work the can opener, which means she gets to feed the cat, which means the cat likes her better than me just because she feeds her. My sister thinks she's so great just because Aunt Diana lets her watch the baby and tells her how much the baby likes her. And all the time, the baby is sleeping in my dresser drawer, which Mom has fixed up like a bed for when the baby comes to visit, and I'm not supposed to touch him even if he's in my drawer, and he gets changed on my bed. My sister thinks she's so great just because she can remember phone numbers. When she dials, she never gets the wrong person. And when she has friends over, they build whole cities out of blocks. I like to be garbage man. I zoom my trucks all around, so what if I knock down some of their buildings? It's not fair that she always gets to use the blocks, I told Daddy and Mom. They said, "You're right. Today you can use the blocks all by yourself." "I'm going to build a whole city without you," I told the Great One. "Go ahead," she said. "Go build a whole state without me. See if I care." So I did. I built a whole country all by myself. Only it's not the funnest thing to play blocks alone, because when I zoomed my trucks and knocked down buildings, nobody cared but me. "Remember that tomorrow," Mom said when I told her I was through playing with blocks. But the next day, we went swimming. I can't stand my sister when we go swimming. She thinks she's so great just because she can swim and dive, and isn't afraid to put her face in the water. I'm scared to put mine in. She calls me baby, which is why I have to spit water at her and pull her hair and even pinch her sometimes. And I don't think it's fair for Daddy and Mom to yell at me because none of it's my fault, but they yell anyways. Then Mom hugs my sister, messes with her hair, and does other disgusting things like that. And Daddy says the Great One is just what they always wanted. Yuck. I think they love her better than me. All right. What's funny about the way this story is written? What do you think is kind of humorous, funny about it? To me, it's funny because both kids think their parents love the other one more, and both kids kind of think that the other one is the favorite, when it sounds like their experiences with their parents are very similar. I also think it's funny that the big sister and the pain are both pains to each other, so that's kind of a silly little part about this story. So yesterday we got a chance to write a list of people who we could write about, similar to the pain or the Great One. I would definitely want to write about my sister because she, to me, is a pain and a great one. So I could write a lot about my sister. Your job today for writing is to continue coming up with ideas for people who you think you could write about, and what might you write about them? So for example, I might write about my sister, and I could write about how she always was a little bit better in sports than me. You guys know how competitive I am, so to have her just always be a little bit better was really hard for me. So that was something that I could write about today about my sister. Okay? You may write on Seesaw if you'd like me to see it, or if you'd like to write on a piece of paper, that's okay. Totally up to you. I can't wait to see the list of people you write about and what you might write about them. Enjoy writing today!